Radio Network. And joining us today is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. Kyle, what's driving this rebound we're having this morning?
That's a good question. What drove it down yesterday? I think yesterday everybody's kind of looking at it saying, okay, what happened yesterday? Well, yesterday it looked like to me it was just profit taking here at the end of the month. Yesterday was the end of the month. We're sitting at the end of the week and new month right now. We're not seeing a lot of new months, new money buying coming in per se. We're just seeing a lack of sellers. Now, the question I had yesterday, they had every chance to throw this thing limit down and close it limit down, and they couldn't do it. We got to limit down yesterday in both feeders and live cattle, but they just couldn't close it limit down. So that was actually pretty positive. I thought we did open up and sell off here early this morning, but now we're starting to come back. We're starting to come back here. Cash news, seeing the feeder cattle index can be up about 88, 90 cents here later today. And at the rate it's going, it wouldn't surprise me to see these feeders sitting here at 340. The cash index sitting at 340 here by the first part of next week. Now on the live cattle side of things here, we traded 235 to 237 in Texas and Kansas this morning as well. So I've heard some 240 getting traded to a regional here that's coming out of Kansas, and those cattle are coming out of Kansas going to Nebraska. And also here in Nebraska, we are trading some 245, 246, and some light 247, also 385 to 387 on address basis as well. So better cash news here. And that's basically kind of, held the board from selling off.
Well, thank you, Kyle. That is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. If you'd like to talk to Kyle about the livestock markets, call him at 308-708-7340. Do remember trading futures and options involves risk of loss and may not be suitable to all investors. Consider these risks before investing. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network.
In this Building Nebraska Minute, we're featuring Ranchland Western Store in Ainsworth. Owner Joe McBride joined us on the Building Nebraska podcast. Ranchland Western Store has been a downtown fixture since 1959. McBride says stepping into the store is like stepping back in time.
We try to modernize, but remain back in the old days as well. Mm-hmm. When you walk through the door, I think you can probably attest that it feels like you're walking into a 1960s store in many ways.
He says their customers are much more than customers.
We know our customers. We try to call them by name, and that matters to us because they are our friends.
Learn more about the Ranchland Western Store story in their episode of the Building Nebraska podcast, available on your favorite podcast platform and powered by the Angler Agribusiness Entrepreneurship Program at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
Welcome back with a check of your markets. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network. Corn is lower. It's lost the small gains seen this morning. The weather forecast is keeping things chopping along the lower range without any big news for trade deals just yet. Higher tariffs on nations unable to make a deal go into effect today. Tariffs on India will move to 25%, and Canada on goods not within the previous U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement moved to 35%. One of India's big issues in allowing U.S. ag goods is the desire to keep out genetically modified crops, and the tariff truce with China has been extended for 90 more days. But any sort of ag-focused trade deal with the number one world soy buyer is still not conclusive. China would typically begin their U.S. soy buying program in August. December corn is down 3 right now at 4.10 3/4. March down 2.5 at 4.28. September soybeans down 2 1/4 at 9.71 3/4. November down 2 1/4 at 9.91 1/2. Chicago December wheat down 5 1/4 at 5.37 1/4. March down 4 3/4 at 5.56. Kansas City December wheat down 6 3/4 at 5.38. March down 6 at 5.57. September soybean meal up 4 at 269.90, and September soybean oil is down 79 at 54.48. August live cattle up 272 at 230.50. October up 97 at 224.07. August feeder cattle up 290 at 334.27. September up 242 at 334.02. October lean hogs are up 32 cents at 89.90, and December up 35 at 82.07. Class 3 milk for September is up 22 at 17.82. October up 6 at 18.13. This is the Rural Radio Network.